The 8th world champion Mihail Tal has already fascinated generations of chess players. He is very well known especially for his intuitive attacking sacrifices and his amazing attacks. There are many books on him. I've also written one, by the way, together with Raimund Stolze, The Magic Tactics of Mihail Tal, published by New in Chess in 2012. In the English version and German by ons earlier. And here on this DVD I want to deal with his endgames. In the first chapter I want to look at the magical moments, of course, as this must be present here as well, of course, when talking about Tal. It just must be there. In the second chapter I will look at a few of his rook endings. They just crop up so often and I had to deal with them. And in the third chapter I will analyze a few very well-known endgames. Okay, but let's start with the magic. Isaac Lipnitsky, Mihail Tal, Grad, 1955. Black to move and draw. Yeah, really, white has an extra piece for the bishop for the a-pawn, and it must be winning usually. Zugzwang is a sharp weapon, of course, which often leads to the victory of the extra piece. And even if the g-pawn gets an h-pawn, then the bishop controls this queening square on h8. So it looks winning, but it is a draw. King f6 or king f7, and how to defend. King f6, as played in the game, does indeed draw. While king f7 loses. Now white wins in typical usual style. He has won too much space and now controls everything. And now I just will show the most beautiful line, the most Tal-like line. It looks like stalemate, but of course g5 destroys the stalemate cage, and then g6 will preserve the last pawn, and then it would be over. There are other lines, but white is winning after king f7, while king f6 does indeed draw. It's real magic. Yeah, Lipnitsky puts his bishop to the diagonal and now plays for Zugzwang, but okay, for the moment Tal can move the pawn. And now Tal can just move the other pawn amazingly, as Zugzwang, yeah, applies, but not really. King h6 and the draw was agreed, as Tal has h4, and white must take, and then everything is exchanged, every pawn is exchanged, and the lone bishop, of course, cannot win. While keeping the pawn here would even lose. When Tal plays, it seems the pieces seem to move differently somehow. So king f6 indeed does draw amazingly against Lipnitsky's extra piece.